Welcome back to another first impression. This time for the anime, this summer Hikaru died. We have the synopsis from AniList. Two best friends living in a rural Japanese village, Yoshiki and Hikaru. Growing up together, they were inseparable until the day Hikaru came back from the mountains and was no longer himself. Something has taken over Hikaru's body, memories, feelings, and everything they know begins to unravel. Now, this was a very weird anime. I did not watch any, trailers and whatnot. I just watched the first 3 episodes, and not what I expected. The name is pretty, pretty open. The summer Hikaru died. We know, okay, he's dead or dying. And I assumed it would be like a mystery. We follow someone, he's trying to find out what really happened, why did he die, was it a murder, was it an accident, maybe something else, along those lines. Now, this is not what this one is. So, tag-wise on AniList, which I believe is probably important, we have horror, mystery, psychological, supernatural, and thriller. Now, that is normally I do not watch these kinds of shows, especially horror shows. I'm not really a big fan of horror, but the first 3 episodes very enjoyable. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have like this being that has taken over Hikaru's body. We have Yoshiki, our main character, and Hikaru, which got taken over. And a lot of stuff is going on. The being that took over Hikaru is, it feels like this being is a little bit weird. We have Yoshiki, who's also somewhat weird, especially because he really early on finds out, hey, Hikaru is not Hikaru, he got taken over. And he's just like, okay. He does have reasons, seemingly. However, he is somewhat okay with the arrangement. At least somewhat. He also, Yoshiki, is a little bit weird. We do see some conversations out of his vision. So we see him, he has his bangs before his eyes. Those bangs also got mentioned quite a lot. So we do see some of his vision is a little bit, reduced because the hair's in the way. But what we also see is that he's unwilling to make eye contact with people. All those times we saw the word out of his vision when he had a conversation, he was always only looking at the mouse and below, it felt like. Also, whenever the other person was talking, he heard it a little bit different. It felt a little bit distant. So there's something going on with him as well. And this show it feels like it's mostly about the relationship between these two characters. We do also have some, quote unquote opponents that some kind of exorcist type seemingly. So we also have that going on. I mean, you do need that for like possession type shows. You need like the antagonist to the possessor. Overall, the first 3 episodes, weird, still very enjoyable. It is very interesting. A lot of stuff going on. There are a lot of questions that I have and we hopefully get answers for. A lot of different characters get introduced. There is more stuff going on here. There's a lot of little hints and pieces which, we get told that there is more going on than only these 2 characters. Additionally, this is my interpretation, but it feels like that Yoshiki may have more feelings for Hikaru than just best friends. But that is just my interpretation. It could also be just that he sees Hikaru as like a brother, that familiar love. but I feel like he may see him as a love interest. But that is, just my interpretation. Again, very interesting. Animation is great. It's awesome. It is really crisp, really good looking. The village looks really good. Animation is very fluid. They spent extra time on animations that, they didn't need to, but it makes everything, look just really, really good. So AniList has it at 80%. My anime list has it at 8.21. Now, in my opinion, if you check the show out, at least the first episode, this one is not for everyone. This is not a shonen. This is not like a standard comedy or romance that a lot of people can enjoy. This is probably for some specific audience. So, you have to really check this one out to see if it is for you. If it strikes your fancy, I feel like this could be a very good show for you. So, for me, the first 3 episodes, 9 out of 10. Again, the animation is really, really good. The mystery aspects, the whole what is going on is interesting, very gripping. The relationship, I have my, questions there. Why is Yoshiki so okay with Hikaru being replaced? What exactly happened? We do see some other stuff which is interesting. Overall, very good first 3 episodes. I hope they can keep this up. We will see how this one is going to end. Now, spoiler-wise, additional spoiler to be said, I don't really have much. It feels like, especially at the end of the 3rd episode, we get the feeling that Hikaru seems to be dependent on Yoshiki to function in this world or in the human life. Hikaru also is very, and the monster version of Hikaru, is a little bit weird because he came down from the mountain as Hikaru and he's just living his life here. It doesn't feel like he wants to kill people or, get everyone to worship him or whatever. It just feels like he wants to live here with Yoshiki for some reason. Maybe just to experience this life. We don't know. He also doesn't really have much memories or many memories before he possessed Hikaru, supposedly. At least from what I gathered. We also don't know really what happened to Hikaru. Why was he on the mountain injured or near death, so he got taken over? Which supposedly also his dad went up the mountain. We also get like little snippets that there was some kind of ritual that quote unquote failed. We get a couple people that mention that. So seemingly there's like a deity and you have to sacrifice stuff or do a ritual, which I assume is going to sacrifice people. And it didn't work because the deity being whatever is probably the one that is in Hikaru now. We also have a couple people that are able to see Hikaru's real body or at least have like an inkling that he's not a human but some kind of monster. We also have the exorcist that, seemingly fights against monster in these like Hikaru. And we also see a couple monster. We only saw like 2, I believe. It is very strange. Again, also, I feel like Yoshiki and Hikaru do have some kind of deeper relationship. We also saw Hikaru. There was a grandma that was mumbling a name for some kind of creature, probably the one that is in Hikaru. We don't know at this point. And Hikaru, as far as I can tell, went into her home at night to silence her, more or less, and force her to commit suicide. That one was very weird. I don't know if that is maybe like a defensive mechanism. He wants to protect himself, protect his life. It could be. We also get like a falling out between our two characters, Yoshiki and Hikaru. We also get some really weird scenes. The whole scene in the gym room or gym storage room was wow, that was very weird. The imagery, at the time, I made myself some popcorn. Awful time to eat anything in that scene, to be honest. Very weird, very weird. This is the biggest part. I don't know where this is going. I'm assuming we're going to find out why Hikaru, died, more or less. It could have been that someone sacrificed him. It seemed like this is like a ritual that, like his father, he went up to the mountain. Why we at this point we have no clue. There's something going on in the village. We do have people that can see the supernatural things. We have people that, see Hikaru for who he is. So there could be more, people that maybe die. We also have the exorcist that is coming and potentially wants to get rid of Hikaru. We have so many different things going on. It is very interesting. And then we have Yoshiki. His character is a little bit different. So I don't know if that is like his personality, a quirk of himself, or maybe he already got possessed by a monster earlier on. Could also be. We do have one scene where Hikaru looks at Yoshiki and is like, I don't need to force him close. He's going to keep close because he's seeing his heart and there's like a flame. It could have been Yoshiki's feelings towards Hikaru. It could have been some kind of creature maybe inside him. I don't know at this point. Again, lots of stuff going on. It is interesting. We will see how it pans out.